Hi, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I will share some habits of my friend Angel that she finds very effective to improve life at home. Before we begin, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your family and friends. Angel starts each day by getting up when her alarm goes off. She's aware that alarms are not the most relaxing sounds to wake up to, so she has programmed her alarm to have a tone that includes a light piano melody and the sound of birds chirping. The first thing she does before going to bed is to ensure that her phone is stored in a location that is inaccessible to her. In the morning, she has no choice but to get out of bed in order to silence her alarm. It's a common pitfall for her to make a mistake of staying in bed and using her phone for an extended period of time even though she's aware of the risks. On the other hand, she despises the feeling of having wasted the morning by doing nothing productive. It's more likely that she will not get back into her cozy blanket toaster if she makes an effort to drag herself out of it. Angel likes to get her workouts in first thing in the morning, right after she gets out of bed. This is the time of the day when she feels the most motivated to work out, and she finds that doing so helps her get a head start on a productive day. She gives herself a goal of exercising for at least half an hour, 5 days every week. Even when she is in a particularly sluggish and unmotivated mood, she'll make an effort to stretch on most days. Stretching first thing in the morning is a fantastic way to get the blood pumping and work out any kinks or knots that may have developed while you are sleeping. Whenever she works out, she typically follows free workout plans and videos that she finds on YouTube. Over the past few years, this has been one of the routines that my friend has maintained with the greatest consistency. She claims that it has made a significant improvement in her well-being as a whole. She consumes her morning meal while reading the newspaper. Back when she was in college, she would gravitate towards using her phone or watching a show during breakfasts by herself. But now, she's attempting to restrict the amount of time she spends looking at her phone during meals. The act of reading a traditional newspaper helps her remain in the here and now more effectively. And because she's not getting caught up in social media or whatever else she might be doing on her phone, my friend is easily able to get up from the table and get started on her work because she's not using her phone to do it. Angel is one of those people who always has her bed made. Not only does it stop her from going back in it, but it also reinforces the idea that her bed is only meant to be used for sleeping. When it's not made, it is as if the sheets that are not tucked in are telling her not to come back in and tells her to give up her work for the day so that she can just laze around. It's a place for her to go to relax and unwind away from the stress of her job. She has no business putting herself in such a precarious position. Since she's at home all day, she's more likely to go back into her pajamas because she's more comfortable there. She's under the impression that dressing in clothes that are more typical of her day helps her become more efficient. You might be trying to learn something new even if you're not enrolled in a formal education program. She claims that a good number of us have taken up new hobbies or making an effort to learn something new during our time in quarantine. Angel is currently learning another language, and while she doesn't always find the time to study outside of her courses or classwork, she's always wanted to become fluent in Japanese someday. However, she doesn't always find time to study that language. She makes it a point to learn at least one word every day, even if she's pressed for time and cannot devote several hours to study the subject. This practice consists of devoting each day to the accomplishment of a long-term objective. You will get much closer to the result if you want to break it up into smaller pieces and work on it over time. Since she uses a computer on a daily basis, she takes precautions to ensure that she takes regular breaks to avoid experiencing severe eye strain. One of the things that I picked up from her was the importance of taking regular breaks while one is working, regardless of whether or not one is working on a computer. She mentioned that whenever she has a break, she goes downstairs to get some water and take a walk. When you have been seated for an extended period of time, it's always beneficial to get up and move around every so often. She shared with me that she suffers from excruciating lower back pain whenever she sits for an extended period of time, and that these breaks help her stay energized and hydrated. She'll repeat her stretching routine in the evening in order to release the tension that has built in her body throughout the day. To get her body ready for the day, she wakes it up in the morning by concentrating on stretching her legs and performing more strenuous and dynamic stretches. She does nothing more than a few simple stretches before bed, concentrating primarily on her back and neck. This stretching routine is very meditative and soothing to the mind and body. However, there are also individuals who engage in some form of meditation. She's not yet participated in meditation instruction, but it's something that she's looking forward to doing, and she intends to do it in the evenings. She makes time for writing at night, and her nighttime entries are typically form of reflective journal entries. That affords her the opportunity to release all the thoughts that have been occupying her mind and to discuss the emotions that she is experiencing at the present time. Additionally, during this time, she updates the trackers in her journal and makes a plan for the following day. Reading for a while helps her get ready for bed and gives her eyes a break from constant exposure to blue light that she's been subjected to throughout the day. Additionally, reading puts her in a more relaxed state of mind, which makes it easier for her to fall asleep. So there you go. Some useful habits that my friend Angel does to improve life at home. No matter how busy we are, always make sure to have time for ourselves. Love yourself and enjoy a healthy life. If you think you learned something from this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.